cutting through their skin. They're hunting down their prey to the bitter end. The ground that they're walking, they ain't cutting through their skin. They're hunting down their prey to the bitter end. The ground that they're walking, they ain't cutting through their skin. They're hunting down their prey. Let the games begin. Your chains will not hold me down. Break and fall to the ground. Can't tame these lions inside. The power is raining like thunder, ready for a fight. These lions inside. These lions inside. Can't tame these lions inside. They're walking, ain't cutting through their skin. They're hunting down their prey to the bitter end. The ground that they're walking, ain't cutting through their skin. They're hunting down their prey. Let the games begin.
You don't know how much I've already been through. You don't know the place I'm coming from. I've been high, I've been low, fought the demons in my soul. You don't know how much I've already been through. Stand proud, never backing down. Hard work till they put me in the dirt. So you're gonna learn, you get what you deserve. And I stand my ground, never backing down. Oh yeah. Cutting my teeth on streets nobody wants to go through. Earn these stripes made of lines that can't be undone. I've been high, I've been low, and the proof is in my bones. You don't know how much I've already been through. Stand proud, never backing down. Hard work till they put me in the dirt. So you're gonna learn, you get what you deserve.
Good morning. We hope that you guys are, I mean, you know, awake and ready
Yes,
to go
it's
for the
9:30.
day.
Who's not,
Yeah.
right?
Well, I don't know, because I think if I was at home, I'd probably be sitting in my bed with my coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's the beauty of being on our online campus, is that you get to watch from wherever you are.
Right. If I'm staying in bed, I'm asleep. Yeah. I
I
have to get up
see,
early.
I like to stay and hang out. So how was your weekend? What do you got going on?
Man, what a weekend. For those parents like us who are, you haven't reached the empty nester stage, you got the older kids, we're still in sports stage. We just wrapped up basketball, and we just started softball this weekend in Taylor,
yeah.
Texas.
So,
All weekend tournament.
Yeah, all my kids are a little bit older, and then I have a younger one, so we're kind of at that in-between where I don't have any kids in sports.
Mm-hmm.
And I love it. I love that, like, our weekends are kind of our own. I mean, I loved when my kids were, like, in sports and we got to watch them play and stuff, but it's kind of nice to not have that.
I can. We've had like a few breaks in between here and there, but it's just crazy how early they start and how late in the day they go. You're going and going and going nonstop.
No kidding.
But it's fun, absolutely. I will say it is a lot of fun just watching our kids play. And that's just one of my kids. I got two others in soccer, and they're still part of their season happening too. So, and then high school band. It's just one thing
It's all,
after another.
Yeah. So I wonder where are you at? Do you have kids? Are you watching from a sports field this morning? I think one of my favorite things is when people write in or they'll put in the comments like, yeah, I'm watching from the softball fields. I'm watching from.
Right.
I love that.
What stage of parenting are you in?
Yeah, what stage of parenting are you in? Yeah.
What advice do you have for us who are just, going crazy sometimes with too much on the schedule?
Yeah. So if this is your first time joining us, we want to say a special hello. And you can text the word welcome to 512-710-2323 and let us know that it's your first time. We just want to see how we can serve you, how we can connect with you. We're not going to ask anything of you. Just, want to see what we can do for you.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we also just want to encourage you again to jump in a small group if you haven't done that too. We still got online groups happening as well. Lots of things happening around here, especially too. We got the 20th anniversary coming up. 20 years.
I know. I was going to see if I had a card. Hey, looky here. Looky there.
Magic.
Yeah,
Magically appeared.
I am super excited about this. We have been around RockPointe for quite some time, and we've seen the church grow and change, and I love that we are going to get to really celebrate our 20th birthday.
I'm the newbie, and I'm excited. So it's pretty cool to see the history of everything, and a lot of cool things are going to be happening on that day. So be a part of it.
Yeah, and we have a serve project coming up. We have all kinds of things that are going to be related to that. You can look on our website or app, and you can find all the information about our 20th anniversary party. What else do we have this morning?
Good music happening.
That's
join
right.
us for worship. God bless you guys.
Have a great week.
Oh no, you've done it now. Gone against the king, gone against the crowd. Say, oh no, you've done it now. It's time to feel that fire. Rumors spreading around. How could you think he would stay down? Said rumors spreading around. He's nothing but a liar. Get him out of here. Get on up and leave. Ain't no devil gonna tread on me. He's choking on the blade, playing on the tree. Ain't no devil gonna tread on me.
Oh no, you've done it now. Gone against the king, gone against the crown. Said, oh no, you've done it now. Time to feel the fire.
Rumors
Spreading around. How could you think he would stay down? I said, rumors spreading around. He's nothing but a liar.
get him out of here. Get on up and leave. Ain't no devil gonna tread on me. Choking on the blade, praying on the tree. Ain't no devil gonna tread on me. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. Won't you tread on me? Said no weapon formed against me shall prosper. Don't tread on me. Said no weapon formed against me shall prosper. Don't you tread on me. Said no weapon formed against me shall prosper in Jesus' name. Oh, I'm at my end, you're getting started. When I hit a wall, you just walk through. When I face a mountain, you are the maker, so it's gotta move. I'm out of faith, you are still faithful. I'm at my worst, Lord, you are still good. All of my questions, you are the answer. It all points to you. You're the God of the breakthrough. When I'm breaking down, you'll be working a way through. When there's no way out, this one thing I know, you're still on your throne. So whatever I'm feeling, I still got a reason to praise, praise, praise. Oh, sing it now.
Out of our wrongs, you write our stories, and out of the cross flow rivers of praise, and out of the grave burst in revival, no tomb can contain us.
Sing your God. You're the God of the breakthrough. When I'm breaking down, you'll be working a way through. When there's no way out, this one thing I know, you're still on your throne. So whatever I'm feeling, I still got a reason to praise. Say, praise, praise. I still got a reason to pray, praise, praise. I still got a
Come to life, deserts of paradise, stones just start rolling away. When you come around, my heart starts to beat again. Lungs stretch to breathe you in. Don't you see, erupt into praise.
when you come around, dry bones come to life. Deserts from paradise, stones just start rolling away. When you come around, my heart starts to beat again. Lungs stretch to breathe you in. Souls just stir up with your praise. You're the God of the breakthrough. But I'm breaking down, you'll be working away. When there's no way, this one, you're still on your throne. So whatever I'm feeling, I still got a reason to pray, praise, praise. I still got a reason to praise, praise, praise. I still got a reason to praise. 'Cause you're the God of the breakthrough. When I'm breaking down, you'll be working away. When there's no way out, this one thing I know, you're still on your throne. So whatever I'm feeling, I still got a reason to praise. Well, right about now is when the welcome person's supposed to come out. Y'all know the drill, right? Adam, are you back there, man? We're supposed to do one more song. It's my fault. Okay. Let's do another song. Y'all cool with that? Man, I'm getting old or something. Something's up today. Come on. I've heard the accusation and I've heard the propaganda. I've heard the lies they whisper to my soul. I have been forsaken and I'll always be forgotten. No matter what I do, it's not enough. Then I heard a voice as it opened up the heavens, reminding me of who I've always been. 'Cause I am your beloved, you have bought me with your blood. On your hands you've written out my name. I am your beloved, one the Father loves, and your mercy has defeated all my shame. There's no accusation or any condemnation when I look into my Father's eyes. They don't see my sin, they only see redemption. This is how my heart has been defined. I can hear a voice that is louder than the thunder, reminding me of who I've always been. I am your beloved, you have bought me with your blood. On your hands you've written out my name. I am your beloved, one the Father loves, and your mercy has defeated all my shame. Oh, the one who knows me best is the one who loves me most. There is nothing I have done that could change the Father's love. Oh, the one who knows me best is the one who loves me more. There is nothing I have done shame, and your mercy has defeated all my shame.
Man, as you guys can tell, we really pride ourselves on planning and communication here. And no, I'm just kidding. I was at the donut shop across the street. Hey, thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Adam. I'm one of the volunteers here at RockPointe. I'm just so glad you chose to spend your Sunday morning with us. Especially if it's your first time, we'd love to know that you were here. There's an easy way for you to let us know that. This number is going to come up on the screen. All you got to do is text welcome to this phone number, 512-710-2323. If you're watching online, it's going to come up on your screen as well. So we'd love to know, who you are, how you found out about us. That's just going to shoot back a little link you can click on and fill out with some basic information. Let us know if there's anything we can pray for you about. But this week, we're in our second week of this new series that we started called Sticks and Stones. And, everyone knows the saying, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will cause everlasting emotional trauma. Is that just me? I guess I need to make another appointment with my therapist. Well, hey, this week, Shane's going to be talking about relationships. So this week we got together with some relationship experts and got some great tips. I haven't looked at these yet, but I'm sure they're amazing tips for your marriage or your relationship. So here, tip number 1: wait until your significant other is almost asleep to bring up something you've been mad about for a decade. That'll work out well. Number 2: ask your significant other where we should go for dinner, and then turn down every single place they suggest. Avery? Yeah. Number 3, right in the middle of a fight, when tensions are at their peak, refer to your spouse as their mother. Man, you're acting just like your mom right now. You might be sleeping in the shed out back if you're not 6 feet under. Number 4, go ahead and make plans with other people without consulting your spouse. They don't need to know. You don't need to ask them. It'll be fine. Okay, last one. I think this is the best tip that I can give you today. Ask your significant other some unanswerable questions. Oh, do you think that girl's cute? Oh, what would you change about me if you could change one thing? Does this dress make me look fat? Would you still love me if I was a worm? I think these are just really good questions that are going to open up conversation and get you guys, connected on like a deeper level. It'll really help. Hey, Shane's got an awesome message for us. Like I said, he's talking about relationships today, and I'm really looking forward to it. Before we get to that, the band's got one more awesome song for you guys. So sit back, relax, and enjoy.
I got my driver's license last week, just like we always talked about. 'Cause you were so excited for me to finally drive up to your house. But today I drove through the suburbs crying 'cause you weren't around. And you're probably with that blonde girl who always made me doubt. She's so much older than me. She's everything I'm insecure about. Yet today I drove through the suburbs. 'Cause how could I ever love someone else? And I know we weren't perfect, but I've never felt this way for no one. And I just can't imagine how you could be so okay now that I'm gone. I guess you didn't mean what you wrote in that song about me. 'Cause you said forever, now I drive alone past your street. And all my friends are tired of hearing how much I miss you, but I kinda feel sorry for them, 'cause they'll never know you the way that I do. Yet today I drove through the suburbs and pictured I was driving home to you. And I know we weren't perfect, but I've never felt this way for no it be so okay now that I'm gone? I guess you didn't mean what you wrote in that song about me. 'Cause you said forever, now I drive alone past your street. Yeah, you said forever, now I drive alone.
Yeah, baby! Holy cow, 20 years as RockPointe Church. We are so excited, and I hope you are just as excited as we are. We have a wonderful weekend planned to celebrate the 20-year anniversary, March 26th and 27th, with a special, going back old school, service at LMS Sunday the 27th. I hope to see you guys there. Here's what we got in store for the month coming up. So the first thing we are calling it the Photo Dump Challenge. Whether you're an oldie or a newbie, you are perfect for this. We are encouraging and challenge you. If you have pictures of anything RockPointe, it could be from the very beginning, it could be from a small group, it could be from like a missions trip or an event, whether with children or takeover. As long as it had to do with RockPointe, we want to see those pictures, and we are asking that you submit those pictures because we want to put something together, something so special, something so unique that would help walk us down memory lane. But the only way we could do that is by seeing your amazing pictures, so please get those into us. So how do I send you our pictures? Good question. There are two ways we created for you to send us those pictures you have. The first one, you can easily text them to us, 512-710-2323. Or you could pull out that same phone and you could scan the QR code that we specifically set up for this photo dump challenge. While we're at it, why not have some fun, right? Everyone loves to have some fun. We're gonna have a little competition, and there are 5 different ways that you could win while we receive those awesome pictures. Are you ready for a good time? Hey, the first way you could win, it's called the early bird gets the worm. Hey, be one of the first 5 people to send in your photos and you win. Hey, here's a second way. It's called the old timer. Submit the oldest picture of RockPointe history and bam, you could be a winner. Hey, here's the third way. It's super simple. Submit the most pictures you possibly can of anything RockPointe, bam, and you're the winner. All right, here's the fourth way. It's called the RockPointe Clown. Instead of class clown, submit the funniest picture that makes us laugh, and you could possibly be the winner. Woo! And then the fifth and final way is who best represents RockPointe. Wear a RockPointe shirt in a photo. Here's the thing, we've probably made over 100 RockPointe t-shirts. Actually, I don't even know if that's true. I just made it up. It sounds kind of cool. But we have created some pretty cool shirts. And if you submit a photo wearing a RockPointe shirt, you could be a winner. Come on now. So that's all I have. Please join me and take the Photo Dump Challenge. It's gonna be so fun. We can't wait to see all the pictures you have, and we are grateful and thankful that you are a part of this special event. We can't wait to share this weekend with you guys. We'll see you soon.
Well, good morning, everyone. So glad that you would join us here today. Those of you in Liberty Hill, it's so nice for you to be with us. And then for those of you watching online, hey, I'm really glad that you are out there. I'm really glad specifically you're there today, and that's going to be a cool thing. That's fun, isn't it? We are all watching the same thing right now, aren't we, right? Yeah, I am too. It's so much fun. I'm loving this. Like, I love that. Like this is excitement. And you know why they're flashing this? Here's why. They're trying to remind me to tell you something. And here's what it is they want me to tell you. Is coming up on March the 5th, March the 5th, we are going back to our roots, as you have been hearing about what we're doing for our 20th anniversary. We are going back to our roots, and we're going to go back to Leander Middle School for our anniversary, our birthday on the 27th. But one of the things we used to do old school is just serve Leander Middle School all the time. And so on March the 5th, a Saturday morning, we are going to go and serve Leander Middle School again. Now, let me tell you, we've already started serving them one way, so collectively, and we haven't had a chance to tell you this yet, one of the things they told us is that they need lots of headphones. And so we said, well, what kind of headphones? And they sent them to us, and we ordered 100 of those to be delivered in a few weeks to them. And that's just something we can do as a church because we are all generously giving, and we get to do those kinds of things. So that's really fun. But on March the 5th, we want to actually get our hands dirty. And they have a courtyard there at Leander Middle School that is kind of like the forgotten garden of nothingness. And we have gone in and got an approved design from them. And together as a church, we want to just kind of come in there and in one Saturday morning turn that into something that when those teachers and those kids, the special needs classes specifically show up on that next Monday morning, they are amazed by their new space. And so be watching for the details, but write it down, March 5th, that morning. We'll give you some more details on what we're going to be doing because, look, love is a great thing, but if you don't ever put it into action, it's really not love. And so we want to go love on Leander Middle School on March the 5th as well. So we're going back to our roots in a lot of ways, and it's going to be a great time. I want to invite you to be a part of that. So thank you so much for the reminder to say that. All right, so today we started this series last week called Sticks and Stones. Because honestly, no matter who you are, who I am, we've got people in our life. We've got neighbors, we've got roommates, we've got random strangers, we've got coworkers, all the people on the other side of your social media. I mean, we've just all got people, and here's what we're doing. We're all trying to figure out how to people well. Now, it may surprise you to know that learning how to do that well is a specialty of Jesus' church. That's us. Like something the church is supposed to be known for is loving well. Because the church's founder, as I mentioned, Jesus, he famously said these words that we talk a whole lot about around here. Here's what he said. He said this. He said, a new command I give you, love one another. How do we do that? As I have loved you, so you must love one another. And what does that do for us, Jesus? Well, by this love that you show, all people will know that you are my disciples. You are my followers by how you love one another. This is what the church is to be known for, and how you should even be able to know that there's a church in your city is that there's a group of people whose reputation is they just love really, really well. They love other people well. And although this is the secret sauce that has absolutely attracted people to Jesus and attracted people to his church, it has also been proven to be true that love is really easy to lose as a Jesus follower. Because sometimes, if we're honest about it, it's just easier to make things about a service like we're doing right now, like turning on your TV and just watching. It's easier to make it maybe about what we believe, our theology, rather than actually how we treat people. Like how what we believe actually translates to people. And sometimes, honestly, it's just easier to kind of nod at a verse like that and go, yeah. And as we hear Jesus' command, rather than actually applying it to our lives and getting busy doing it. And I just got to tell you, you probably have noticed as well, but the last 2 years haven't helped at all. From being cooped up at home or fighting about politics, our people skills, come on, they've just taken a beating. And many of us, and the church as well, has become known for things other than actually loving well. So we kicked off this series, Sticks and Stones, which is a call back to the basics that Jesus commanded his followers to actually love well. But this isn't just for Jesus followers, because what we're doing is we're talking about some practices that anyone can do. And if anyone were to start these, maybe resume these, or maybe just give it a big shot and a boost, it would instantly make your relationships better. instantly make things more positive. It would make your influence as a parent better, as a coach, as a teacher. It would make it more powerful, and our conversations would be more enjoyable, and I believe that our community and our nation would be a better place to live. But if you call yourself a Jesus follower, these are actually your marching orders. They're not optional. It's literally what we are to be known for, and if we miss this, we risk losing love in our generation, and we risk the idea that we are not making Jesus and his church famous for what he wanted us to be famous for and what he wants to be known for. So Sticks and Stones is about looking at how Jesus did this one another command and how it should impact our words that we talked about last week. And today we're going to talk about how this command actually impacts our conflicts with other people, and specifically the conflicts that keep going. Now, not the conflicts like when you're on your way to work and it's like, hey, move over, you jackwagon, I'm in a hurry, right? Not those conflicts. I'm talking about the ones that really last. Here's what I'm talking about. I am talking about grudges. Grudges. We all hold grudges. And I'm not talking about just being irritated. Here's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about getting mad and staying mad at someone. Like when your person snaps at you in front of your friends and then just goes to bed at night and goes to sleep. And the next morning, you're like, hello, how are you doing? And, how are you? Well, how do you think I am? And the fact that you even have to ask me how I am tells the real story. That's a grudge, right? Or when your coworker talks some trash about you and now you are avoiding them and you've actually turned your workplace into a place of competition. Oh yeah, Brad? Do these sales numbers look like I'm not going to be around for very long? You aren't going to be around for very long. That's a grudge. Or on social media when someone talks some trash or they make some offensive comment about you and they didn't tag you in it, but you found out about it, and now you are 37 comments deep with this buffoon, and you're getting texts from your friends saying, oh, you should say this. Oh, you should tell them that. That's a grudge. We all hold grudges. Some of us for days, some of us for weeks or months, and come on, let's be honest, some of us even for years. Why do we do that? Well, if we're going to be real authentic about it, grudges feel really good, right? They just feel good. That's why we hold them, even if we don't admit it. But there's just one big problem with holding grudges. Here it is. Grudges don't actually work. They don't work. Ever notice that? You go, well, Shane, how do you know they don't work? Because you're still holding on to it. Like 2 years ago, you picked up this grudge, and 2 years later, it clearly hasn't accomplished what you wanted it to do because you're still unhappy and you're still hurt. And the only thing that has changed for you is the date. You ever noticed how you never hear a happy grudge story? No one has ever said, we got into the biggest fight ever, and it was awesome. Nobody ever says that. Nobody ever says, yeah, my mother-in-law, she is always butting into our parenting, and I just can't wait for them to come for the holidays. I mean, nobody ever says that. Nobody is ever grateful for a grudge. Why? Because getting mad and staying mad doesn't really affect the person that we're mad at. We're the ones that are suffering. If you don't believe me, then just think about all those imaginary conversations that you've had in your head with the person that you're mad at. Has it affected them at all? See, there's this sinister thing about a grudge that the more you hold on to a grudge, the more it has a hold on you. This is why every one of us has seen a grudge make a home miserable, make a friendship incredibly awkward, make a workplace super tense. It's why every one of us can tell a story of a grudge, ripping a coworker or a friend, or most recently, a nation apart. You know, I can't even remember a time in my life when grudges were more prominent than they have been in the past 2 years. And think about why. all of a sudden, for many people, work and home life got stacked on top of each other. Spouses and kids for a while were 24/7. And then as a nation, going through a health crisis, a race crisis, a presidential election, and battle lines are still being drawn in almost every arena of life. And like me, you were faced with lots of opportunities to get at odds with people at home and people in the community. The last 24 months has set us up, maybe even kind of lured us into holding grudges. And I'm just suspecting that you're like me and we've all got them. In fact, I bet you have already thought of at least one, like a person or a group of people or maybe a category of people. Whether it's this deep-seated grudge or it's a really fresh one for you, I'm just betting we're all holding some. And I'm just guessing that they are holding on to us right back, hurting our relationships, robbing our focus, disrupting our community, and undermining our influence in this world. And deep down, we all know that this is a problem. And that it's not getting us to where we want to be, and maybe, like me, you feel a little stuck of what do I do about it? And here's why. Because we have spent most of our lives developing a habit that holds on to conflict rather than diffusing the conflict. And look, this habit just ensures that conflict is going to turn into a grudge. And until we change this habit that we've all grown up with, we are going to have a difficult time having the relationships and the national unity or the personal peace that we are all looking for. Oh, and as a Jesus follower, unless we change this habit in us, we will never be known for what we are supposed to be known for. Because it is impossible to love one another the way that Jesus has loved us while holding a grudge. So what I want to do today is show you a new approach. An approach that I think has the power to break the hold of grudges in your life and mine and in our relationships as well. And whether you're a Christian or not, look, if you'll just start doing what we're going to talk about and learn today, it will immediately make your life and your relationships and your neighborhood and your community better. Immediately. But as a Jesus follower, we have no choice if we would like to continue to call ourselves Jesus followers. Here's what the Apostle Paul told the church in Rome. From Romans chapter 12, here's what he said. He said, "Do not repay anyone evil for evil. Be careful to do what is right in the eyes of everyone." And the context seems to be that someone has actually done something wrong or evil to you. Like someone has wronged you. Someone has offended you. And one of the things I like about this verse is that it just kind of feels good that God, that Paul is telling us, he's just agreeing, you know what somebody did to you was in fact evil. He's just saying, hey, that happens. And look, that's an important thing because the starting point of this new approach isn't just get over it. The starting point is that you have a legitimate reason, I have a legitimate reason to be upset over what was said or what happened. You've got a real reason to hold a grudge. And I don't know about you, but I kind of appreciate Paul adding that in there. Seems really human to me. But what is maybe more important is Paul is pointing out that our first response is usually to repay evil with evil, just to get even. And let me just tell you that for me, I'm guessing for you, that habit started really early in life. I have 4 kids. I was one of 3 brothers. And when someone hits you, what do? You hit them harder. When someone takes your stuff, you take their stuff. When someone insults you, you insult their mama. And look, it's not like someone in life like sometime in life we trade that habit for a new habit. No, you just get better at that habit as you grow up. Maybe you get a little more secretive about it. You don't hit anymore. You just get cold and you ignore. See, the habit didn't go away. It just grew up with us. And every one of us has spent a lifetime developing this habit, and specifically the last season of just digging in deeper and it pulling it out of us, evil for evil. And God, through Paul, says to us, look, you got to stop that. You got to break that habit. Why? Because revenge never works the way you think it's going to work. Here's what we think. See if you don't agree with this. We think, I'll get revenge, and then we'll be what? Even. Then it'll be over. Never happens. Because then they repay more evil for your evil. And it goes on and on and on until it looks like this. Evil for 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 evil. And on and on. Because this is what a grudge looks like. You may be thinking, well, that kind of looks familiar. That's politics. That's Twitter. I actually have had some days that look like that. That looks like my marriage right now. That looks like some of my friendships right now. That looks like work right now. That looks like my circle of friends right now. That's what the holidays look like with my family. And maybe your life has looked like that for years. Caught in a cycle of evil for evil. Offense returned for another offense. And do you know what we do with those offenses? We literally build fences with our offenses. Someone does something to us and we don't like it. They said that about me. Well, I'll show you. And we put another piece between us. And then this happens, and I don't like the way you don't take care of your stuff the way, and it makes my house look bad, and I can't stand you. You don't pull your trash can up on the right day, and I almost run over it, and then I'm in trouble. Oh, and then you said that to my kid. My kids are none of your business. You stay out of my kid's life. I don't need any of your help. All that village stuff, yeah, whatever. I don't need you. Oh, yeah, that's what you think? You told the boss about me? You said that about me, and then you went to the boss and said that? Come on. Really? I can't believe you said that in front of our friends. I can't believe after all these years together you would say that. You know better. And we literally have built barriers between us and those people around us. Let me just ask you, when you build a fence, who is on the other side of your fence right now? Who have you built a barrier between you and them? You know what the sad part is? Is sometimes it's the people we care about. And then kind of maybe at the very least, it may be the people that we are called to care for. And we find ourselves separated from those people. People we care about, my spouse, those dumb little fences about these kinds of things that fence for fence, picket for picket. That family member of mine, you used to make it work, but now you know there's these fences between you. I miss how it used to be. Or it's a friend, and it's such a shame because you guys were so close, but somehow you got fenced in. Or it's a coworker, and you should have been teammates, but now it looks like this. And as a Jesus follower, as we talked about, sometimes it's not just the people we care about, it's the people that we're actually called to care for. We are the people to be known as loving people as Jesus has loved us. But we've fenced ourselves off from the very people we are called to care for. Some of us have an entire category of people on the other side of this fence. People who view things different than we do, who voted different than we do, who value things different than us. Like they have a name. They're a them. They're a category. And the fences are long and reinforced. And some of us have just normal people over there that have irritated us, and we want nothing else to do with them. We just don't want to have to deal what's on the other side of the fence because we're too busy fighting with them to join in Jesus and with Jesus in caring for them. And don't you know that Jesus is saying to his followers, come on, you are how they're supposed to know that they can follow me too. We are fenced off from people, and Paul says, look, Jesus followers, this has got to stop. And so Paul suggests that we interrupt that cycle of evil for evil. And here's what Paul suggests. Paul suggests evil for evil, for evil for... And Paul says, I'm asking you to decide not to put any more evil in the blank. For you to say, I'm not going to continue this cycle any longer. I'm not going to put evil. I'm not going to get even. I'm not going to hold a grudge in that blank. But have you seen their offenses? Have you seen what they did? What about them? To which Paul responds, hey, this isn't about them. In fact, here's what he says. He says, if it is possible, as far as it depends on you, live at peace with everyone. This isn't about them. This is about you. About you doing your part so that you can bring peace. Revenge is not your part. Look at what he says next. Paul says, do not take revenge, my dear friends, but leave room for God's wrath. For it is written, it's mine to avenge. I will repay, says the Lord. Paul is saying, when you do not take revenge, someone far more capable than you gets involved. God says, I will personally respond to the evil that has been done to you. And let me just tell you, God knows how to do it right. When we respond to evil, all we want to do is hurt back. All we want to do is hit back. All we want to do is insult back, embarrass back, steal back, offend back. All we know how to do is hurt, but God knows how to heal. And he wants to heal you, and he wants to heal the situation, and he wants to heal the other person. God is way better at responding to evil, but Paul says we've got to leave room in the relationship for God to do that. We are so set on getting revenge that we get in the way of doing what God can do way better than we can. When we don't take revenge and leave room for God, our hands become free to do something else, something powerful. And what Paul says next is the point of the scripture, and it's the point of today. Paul says, do not be overcome with evil. Our way of repaying evil is evil, and the more you hold on to the grudge, the more it has a hold on you and your relationships and your family and your friends and your coworkers and our community. But that's not the only option. The other option is the secret to literally breaking this lifelong habit in us. Do not be overcome with evil, but look what he says. But overcome evil with good. Have you ever seen a kind word diffuse a situation? You ever seen an act of kindness like thaw out icy tension? You ever seen an apology that owns the offense turn enemies into friends? That's how you break the cycle of a grudge. When it's your turn, you don't keep building the fence. You literally start taking it apart. In fact, what you do is you say, okay, I know what you did to me, but I'm not going to do that back. I know what you said, but I'm not going to say that back to you. I know how you treated my kid, but I'm not going to post about that. Yeah, I know what you did at work. I know you took credit for that. But I'm not going to fight you over it. Yep, you were in my way in that meeting. But I'm going to let you get the credit. I know what you said about my family. But I'm not going to trash yours. I've already decided how I'm going to respond. That as far as it depends on me, I'm going to live at peace. Why? Because you are somebody I care about, or at a bare minimum, you are someone I am called to care for. So I'm going to overcome this evil with the only way to overcome it. I'm actually going to do good for you. And all of a sudden, you realize, I no longer have a barrier. What do I have? I literally have a bridge. And I've taken my barrier and I've built a bridge to the other person. We have a chance as friends. Now we have a chance as a family. Now we have a chance as coworkers, or we have a chance as a nation to start telling a different story than evil for evil for evil for evil. But that only happens if we decide to be bridge builders rather than fence builders. Bridges, not barriers. That's the new habit for Jesus' followers. This is the only way to keep evil from overcoming us. And that is to overcome it with good. Dr. King said this, you may have heard it. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. And hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. And our Heavenly Father, who overcame evil with the greatest display of love, is inviting us to join Him and to let go of the toxic cycle of hate in our homes and in our friendships and in our neighborhoods and in our nation, and start overcoming evil with good, because our job, our marching orders as Jesus followers, are to be known by our love, by doing good. Bringing that habit into every single conflict that we have. But let's just be honest. As you listen and maybe even watch this, maybe that can be somewhat inspiring. Oh, I know what to do now. Now I know what to do. But to go out there and actually try this, let's face it, that can feel incredibly risky, can it? That can be very risky, because they might bring more evil back for your good. So we have to remember that it's not about them or what they do. It's about, as far as it depends on me, I have to live at peace, but it possibly is risky, and maybe more risky, not to begin with this new habit. Not only is it going to feel risky, but I'm going to tell you, it's also going to feel unfair. It's not going to feel fair to you. Because they are never going to deserve you to give good for their evil. It's going to feel unfair. But I hope you will see that what is more unfair is that someone who hurt you could continue to have that hold over you. And then if we're just going to keep it real, it's going to feel risky, it's going to feel unfair, but you know what? It may also feel weak to you. And let me be clear, this is not asking anyone to let someone take advantage of you. You can do good while still standing up to evil. So it's going to feel risky and unfair and weak, which is why so few of us actually do this. But if we will decide to take this countercultural approach and handle conflict the way Jesus did, then yes, sticks and stones may break our bones, but we will have discovered how not to be overcome with evil, but overcome evil with good. And listen, if you are a Jesus follower, this isn't optional. And risk and fairness and weakness are not obstacles to Jesus. These things are amazing opportunities for us to show the world the same love that our Savior has shown to us. So what if you decided to actually become famous for overcoming evil with good? What if you decided to be known for your love to others as Jesus has loved you? Who's on the other side of your fence from you? Can I just tell you, they are as hurt and tired and discouraged as you are. And my guess is probably secretly wishing for a bridge but having no idea how to build it. Because they too got the habit we grew up with. So, Jesus follower, what if you went first? And you took down the fence and you loved as you have been loved. Let me pray for us. Father, thank you for the illustration of your Son who gave so much for us. Father, that helps us to see what it actually looks like to love someone else the way that you love us. Father, help us as your followers not to resist this, but to lean into this and to be loving like you've loved us. To break down the barrier like you broke down the barrier to us. To take away the resistance like you pulled that for us. God, help us to build a bridge to those that we're upset at, hurt over. To give it a fighting chance like you did for us. You built the bridge and you gave us the opportunity to walk across it. Help us to love other people the way that you've loved us in that very same way. And we ask it in your Son's name, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Man, what a good message. This series has been awesome, don't you guys think? Well, hey, if you know, one thing we talk about every week, but I think is probably one of the most important things we talk about is prayer. You know, if you've got something going on in your life, or maybe something Shane said today, or something that, you know, hit you in one of these songs that we did, and you'd like some prayer or some guidance, you can just scan this QR code right here and submit that. Our staff gets together every single Monday morning and prays over each and every one of those. So we'd love the opportunity to pray for you and with you. So definitely do that. We've also got this Next Steps QR code. One of my favorite things about RockPointe is, you know, obviously the services are great, but you're really missing out if you're not serving. And, you know, I know that's scary for people who've never served before, but it can be really easy. I mean, you can stand out on the patio and just say hi to people as they walk in, but you really get connected to people around the church in a way deeper way when you get to serve alongside them and get to know people that you might not normally interact with here on Sunday morning. So if you're interested in serving, definitely scan that QR code. There's a link in there that'll lead to a sign up, and you can even, you know, if you have no idea where you want to serve, they'll help you find a place that might be a good fit, or you can try out a few different places. So definitely do that if that's something you're feeling like you might want to do. Hey, thank you guys again so much for joining us this morning. Hope you guys have a great rest of your Sunday and a great rest of your week. See you guys next Sunday.
They say love like this comes once in a lifetime. For the first time I believe it to be true. All of my friends say, when you know, every piece falls into place when I'm with you. In you I found a love that sets me free. You are the best thing that ever happened to me. When you hold me, I know that I have everything. It's blue skies and big dreams, a billion places to explore. And I will be with you forever. I am yours. Forever I am yours. They say the time is now to go where we want to. Follow the road until it leads us somewhere new. Nothing can stop us now. We're together. Oh, the whole world opens up when I'm with you. In you I find a love that sets me free. You are the best thing that ever happened to me. When you hold me, I know that I have everything. It's blue skies, big dreams, billion places to explore. And I will be with you forever. I am yours. Forever I am yours. You I found the love that sets me free. You are the best thing that ever happened to me. When you hold me, I know that I have everything. It's blue skies and big dreams, a billion places to explore. And I will be with you forever. I am yours. Forever I am yours. Forever I am yours.
If you leave me to my own device, I never have to compromise. The city is like a jungle, gotta make it mine. Put my fears right out of sight. Beat the hustle, better get it right. In a game where the strong survive. Only the strong survive. to be the hero. I started on a heaven zero in a city like a jungle. I had to get mine, never give, you gotta take. Be the catapult to storm the gates, cause the champion is never giving in. See you through till the end of days, till the end of days. Your chains will not hold me down, break and fall to the ground. Can't tame these lions inside. Power is raining like thunder, ready for a fight. These lions inside, these lions inside. Can't tame these lions inside. Can't tame these lions inside. The ground that they're walking ain't cutting through their skin. They're hunting down their prey to the bitter end. The ground that they're walking ain't cutting through their skin. They're hunting down their prey to the bitter end. The ground that they're walking ain't cutting through their skin. They're hunting down their prey. Let the games begin. Your chains will not hold me down, break and fall to the ground. Can't tame these lions inside. The power is raining like thunder, ready for a fight. These lions inside, these lions inside. Can't tame these lions inside. Can't tame these lions inside. This ground that they're walking ain't cutting through their skin. They're hunting down their prey to the bitter end. This ground that they're walking ain't cutting through their skin. They're hunting down their prey. Let the games begin.
You don't know how much I've already been through. You don't know the place I'm coming from. I've been high, I've been low, fought the demons in my soul. You don't know how much I've already been through. Stand proud, never backing down. Hard work till they put me in the dirt. So you're gonna learn, you get what you deserve. And I'll stand my ground, never backing down. Oh yeah. Cutting my teeth on streets nobody wants to go through. Earn these stripes made of lines that can't be undone. I've been high, I've been low, and the proof is in my bones. You don't know how much I've already been through. Stand proud, never backing down. Hard work till they put me in the dirt. So you're gonna learn, you get what you deserve. And I stand my ground.